Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Keats of Deductive Reason. Today, we're going to be talking about some very serious stuff of the first date. Top 10 things that you need to be conscious of, you need to be aware of to know going into this. I know you guys sometimes struggle with this. You got her number, whether it's from an online dating site, whether it's at a bar, a friend, and you're like, okay, what's the next step? Sit back, relax, take a composition book, and take down some notes. Let's get to work. Real quick, I'm a man of value for value. So if this video provides you some type of value, whether it's for you, a friend, a brother, a simp down the street in a class of yours or at your job, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe for the YouTube algorithm. Our channel is for men's health, advocating for men to have success out there. So in the algorithm itself, it doesn't really push our type of content out there. Unfortunately, that's what it is. So help us out. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get to work. So first things first, you need to establish clear leadership. I'm going to say it again. Crystal clear Windex leadership. She needs to understand that you are a leader, you're a confident man, and you are about your business. So in saying that, you have to pick the restaurant. You have to pick the time. But you have to make sure it's convenient for her that you work hand in hand. Rationally, it should be somewhere that you have already been. You are a well-cultured man. You're not an uncultured swine. It should be a place that you are familiar with, an area that is your domain, that you know around, that you can show her. Now, pretense, you should already know if she's on some special diet, whether she's a vegan, pescatarian, have some special crazy allergy to shellfish. You don't want to bring her to a seafood spot and she's allergic to shrimp or she's allergic to mushrooms. Like, you should already have this in conversation with her on the phone already, just to make sure some pretense on your end. All right, let's make this clear. We're not taking her out to some $200, $300, $400 restaurant on the first date. No, hell no. She needs to earn that. We're gonna take her out to a low-key type style. It's not somewhere cheap or nothing, like not taking her to freaking 7-Eleven or Taco Bell or something like that. You know, but some of these 304s deserve a little bit of Taco Bell, but that's a whole different story. What you need to bring her to is like a nice mom and pop style place, or even basically like a coffee date or even a drink date. Now, what you want to stay away from is chain restaurants, Chili's, TGI Fridays, stuff of that caliber. Why? You're like, well, Keats, why do I need to stay away from chain restaurants? Because women like to explore. They like for you to lead them to explore, to travel, to see new things. You are their chaperone, baby. So show them somewhere nice, but it's not necessarily something that they've been to. If you bring her out to Chili's, her first things on pop in her mind is, oh, I've been here before. In fact, I was probably here with my ex-boyfriend. Oh, she's gonna have start memories and reminiscing about the times that she's been at Chili's or TGI Fridays or whatnot. She's been there before. It's not necessarily something new for her. It's not something that's tickling her, you know? So that's why you need to bring her somewhere new. Now, a nice low-key mom and pop style restaurant is perfect. You're not spending a lot of money. You're not spending $100. Max budget should be about $75, if that. Okay, now that you know the spot that you're going to bring her to, you need to establish a time. You need to talk to her and figure out what day is she off, what day is convenient for her and you, okay? So it's like, okay, she tells you she's free on a Thursday. Well, okay, Thursday, what time are you free? Oh, from 5 p.m. till about 11 p.m. You go, okay, perfect. You can meet me over here at 7:30. Bam. All right. Number 2 goes without saying, but we need to say this. Your hygiene needs to be on par. Fresh shower, fresh shave, okay? Make sure your beard is lined up, fresh haircut, no boogers in your eyes, no boogers in your nose. Mouthwash, don't be chewing no freaking gum walking into this date. You need to be fresh. And on top of this, wear cologne. Nice, nice, nice cologne. Don't overdo it where you smell like a freaking cologne factory. A good one right here and one on the wrist. Very, very small at the wrist. And to finish this off, you need to wear a watch. Why watch? Why do you need to wear a watch? A woman necessarily, she's going to notice this. A watch, it signifies that you are a man of time. You're a man of structure. You're not just out willy-nilly just flying out. You got things to do, you know? And it's a good prompt. If you have a nice watch, you're like, oh my God, that's a nice watch you got on. And it's a good conversation starter. Never leave the house without a watch, but never go on a first date without a damn watch. That is critical, all right? Number 3, you need to make sure that you are 15 minutes, at the very least, early to the date. You know why? It shows that you are a punctual individual. You are a man of time, that you value your time, just like your watch, all right? And on top of all this, it helps you scout out, scope out what's going on around the area. If there's an issue with parking, she can call you like, oh, I can't find any parking. Like, oh, I found a spot. I actually saved it for you. It's actually, not too far from my vehicle, And you can see that, okay, I go to this restaurant and it's a long freaking wait. It's about an hour wait. It gives you a chance for you to put this cognitively in your mind, like, I probably need to have a backup. You should have already had a backup in place just in case. But it allows you to make sure that you don't have any huge issues. It might be an hour wait. A lot of these restaurants don't have a lot of staff because people are collecting those unemployment checks like crazy. So they don't have a lot of staff. So a lot of them, you have to have a pretty long wait to sit down or to even be served. So going 15 minutes early helps navigate through all this, helps alleviate this. You're a leader. You're a man of structure. She's looking for you to lead her, baby. Make sure that you have good posture. Fix your damn back. I'm tired of seeing this. These guys who walk up to girls all slouched over or whatnot, and it just shows that you're unconfident, that you're not a leader. You need to make sure that your back is straight. You're looking her dead in the eyes. You're walking up to her. You have a nice little smirk, a nice little smile to you. You're not grinning from ear to ear or whatnot. Hey, yeah, that you have a nice little smirk, nice smile to you. You're walking up to her, you're very pleasant. Did you have a hard time finding this spot? No, I live down the block from here, whatnot. Oh, I went to school not too far from here. Oh, I was raised down the street from here. That's a good conversation starter, okay? But you make sure that you are confident. You fix your back, you make sure you have good eye contact, you're not veering off left and right, looking down when you're talking to her. None of this stuff, okay? You are a man of structure. You don't say anything about, oh, you look beautiful or anything of this nonsense. Remember, she's interviewing for the job. It's not the other way around. You are a man of value. She's interviewing to enter your frame, not the other way around. Now, once you two sit down, you both will get 2 menus, you look over it, and she'll probably look to you to recommend something. Because remember, this is your spot, this is your domain, you've been here before. I would prefer that you've been here before. It could be recommended by a friend. If it gets recommended by somebody, then you would look over the menu online, call into the restaurant, maybe ask to speak to the manager just to see what they can recommend, and you can go off that. But remember, I'd prefer that you've been here before at a spot, your domain. You recommend something off the menu, a couple of things, 2, 3 things that you think that would go well with her. And when it comes to drinks, brother, women are hive-minded creatures, okay? Generally, women are hive-minded creatures. And when I say this, I mean like they like fruity, sweet drinks, generally, especially if they're young women, which you probably are dating younger women in your 20s or in your 30s or whatnot, whatever. So 3 things that I can recommend to you that you can go off of, all right? Your number 3, okay, is Riesling or Riesling, regardless of what part of the country that you are, however you want to pronounce it. It's a sweet to semi-sweet type of wine. It's a white wine. It's very, very good. It's very light, very, very light. It pairs very well with like seafood, like your fishes, your salmon, stuff of that caliber, like whitefish, stuff, So it pairs very good with that. Your number 2, which is one of my personal favorites, sangria. Now, sangria is sweet. When you think about sangria, you think about it as like a wine punch. It's different types of fruits mixed in. It's sweet. It pairs very, very well with like shellfish, okay? Your lobsters, your scallops, your shrimps. It pairs very, very well. It can go well with steak too, but it goes very well with that. Even sushi goes very well with the sangria. There's different types of varieties of sangrias, whether it's blackberry sangria, peach. You can do all types of things with sangria, but generally sangria goes very well with shellfish, okay? And your number 1, and I know the fellows who are, Papa was a Rolling Stone, who know the game, Moscato. Moscato is like your number one thing you can always recommend. Has a very good wide variety of things it pairs very well with. Okay? Now, Moscato itself, it's a white wine. It's sweet. It's very, very sweet. Now that itself, it pairs very well with opposite flavors because it's so sweet. So stuff that are salty, bitter, sour, that goes very well, a contrasting flavor with Moscato itself. It clears your palate. It's very good. It goes well with almost anything. I'd recommend that with almost anything that you have. I generally, if we're going to a steakhouse or I take my girl out to, going out for steaks or whatnot, like, because the steaks are generally salty and they have a good marble taste to it, the Moscato itself, it pairs very well with it because it's a contrasting flavor. All right, number 5. Now, you need to make sure that you have this in your mind, that she's on the interview, okay? She's interviewing for the job. It's not the other way around. She's entering into your frame, okay? So you need to be light and humorous and talking and get her to talk to you about herself. My go-to is this. I always ask, so tell me a little bit about yourself. If I were to ask your best friend Karen, who's at the head of the HOA, about you, what would she say? What would she tell me? And she starts giggling or whatnot. I mean, seriously, what would Karen say about you? Now, this is going to catch you off guard because most guys are not doing this. Most guys are stumbling over words, all nervous, don't necessarily even know you even have game. So you're establishing leadership. You're establishing that you have standards, that you have boundaries, that you need to vet her. She's like, oh my God, this guy's really serious. He's vetting me, okay? And it's gonna get her on her P's and Q's. And it puts her feet to the fire. You just sit back and listen to her, Remember, the universe has given you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Listen to her. She'll reveal the type of girl that she is just by listening to her. Now, the catch is, this is a double-edged sword. She might ask this right back to you. Now, the problem is this. Do not be yourself, okay? I'm gonna repeat this. Do not be yourself. So, well, me? What my friends will say about me? I'm a total jerk. I'm lazy. I procrastinate like crazy. In fact, I got a little bit of a Pornhub issue. Like, come on, bro. Like, don't do all that nonsense. But keep it light and keep it serious. She's looking to see, on flipping it wise, is if you are really a leader, if you really about that life, if you are that guy. All right. So talk about your dreams and ambitions. Talk about who you are, your principles on your end. Show that you have some morality to yourself, that you have a vision, that you have a future. Remember, this is pretty much how it is. Most men like women who don't really have much of a past, and women like men who have a future. Remember that. I'm gonna say this again. Men want women with not much of a past or 0 past. And women like men who have a future. So highlight these points of yourself. I'm in school to this for engineering. Well, I already have finished my engineering. I started a little business on the side. I have a Shopify store. I'm drop shipping things. I'm trading stocks and whatnot. And my friends, they say I'm a pretty decent guy. I'm adventurous, like to travel. This is a good point, an entry for you to highlight yourself. Now, number 6. Somewhere along the conversation, I'm not saying it might happen, but just in case, she might necessarily ask on your end, what are your intentions? What are your intentions on your end? To make it seem as if maybe to check to see if you're just trying to just hit it and quit it. Smash and dash, or smash and door dash, you know what I'm saying? But she's trying to establish something of that caliber. Don't go ahead and say, yeah, I'm looking for a good wife to marry and have kids. You're making yourself look too easy. You need to be a little bit of a challenge. This is the perfect phrase on your end. Well, I'm looking for someone that's serious, that's genuine, and if it presents itself, I'll let things flow natural. If there's good chemistry on that end for something on the long-term end, perfect. You put it nice in a bow. It's structured. It's a little bit vague, but it leaves it on the end, on her end, that she needs to bring value for you, to get a ring from you, or to get commitment from you, or to even get monogamy from you. That she needs to bring value, on your end. Value for value, okay? Now, Next thing is establishing touch. Now, let's make this clear. You are a smooth guy. You are a confident guy. You are smooth as peanut butter. You are smooth as lemon butter. All right? So I'll show you my go-to. My go-to is usually this, and you can use this yourself. I'm like, man, those are some nice nails you have there. All right? She's like, oh, that's not me. You recently got that done? She's like, yeah. I'm like, let me see. And I'd extend my hand. She puts a hand on mine. Touch. Establish right there. You're like, that's nice. What is that? Magenta? She's like, yeah. How'd you know? I'm like, oh, that's nice. That's nice. Where'd you get it done at? Oh, this little Chinese spot down the block. I'm like, oh, that's nice. That's really nice. And you flip her hand over and whatnot. And this is your chance also. Sometimes these girls will have like little scars or imperfections on their skin. And you're like, yo, what's that? Oh, I had burned my hand when I was a kid. I put my hand on the stove. I'm like, oh man, so you must have learned your lesson now, huh? She's like, yeah, perfect, easy, go-to. You establish touch. And this is a very good initiation, a very good origin for you to pair bond with this woman, for her to pair bond with you, okay? To have some type of attachment. These are types of things that she's gonna remember, okay? Baseline pair bonding. Next thing is, you comment on the food, see how it is, see that she likes it, say, oh, this is pretty good stuff. So that, and if something is good on her plate that you haven't tried before, it's like, what does that taste like? And let's see if she gives you a chance to, or she will put it on her plate. She's doing something for you. Like, damn, that's pretty good. It's like, yeah, that's good on your end. Or she might like something on your plate, and we all know a lot of these girls will see something on your plate and they want to eat it also. So go ahead, you want to try this? You can try it. So it's like a bond that you guys are establishing, a baseline bond on your end. All right, so the meal is done. Both of you guys have finished eating. Most of these girls are not going to necessarily finish their whole meal. Unless big girl was really that damn hungry, huh, Fred? But yeah, I gotta probably edit that part out. I don't want to offend one of these Lizzo type girls, boy. But yeah, so, like, on a serious note, she hasn't finished her meal. This is a good opportunity for you to go ahead and, can I get a to-go box? Subconsciously, you are providing security. You're showing her that you can provide security. It's not out front, but you are taking care of business on your end. You have a to-go box for her? She grabs a little to-go box, put it in. You're like, oh, you're gonna tear it up when you go home, or it's gonna be you're gonna eat it for lunch tomorrow. Or she's, I'll probably eat it for lunch. I'm like, oh, okay, good. It's a good conversation starter on your end, okay? Now, when the bill comes, you drop it down, don't even look at it. Take your debit card, your credit card, slap it down, hand it right back to the waiter. You should already have your debit card already like in your hand before the bill even comes. Don't even look at it, all right? They hand it to you, give it to them, done. They come back, make sure you tip very well. Make sure you tip well. And I'm not telling you to tip for $50 for a $50 meal or nothing like that, but tip 25 to maybe even 30%, depending on the service. But you want to tip well. You want to be a cheapskate, okay? All right. Number 10, the final point is instructions. Remember, everything falls back on leadership. You're giving her instructions. You walk her to her car. This is a good opportunity for you to establish touch. What I like to do is I take my hand and I put it not on her butt, but right above on her lower back as I'm walking with her. Walking her to her car, open the door, and you give her instructions. Okay? You text me when you get home so I know that you're safe. You're showing that you're providing security, that you can provide security, that you care. Okay? Even though you probably don't even give a damn. But you're giving the illusion that you do. Okay? On your end. This is a good chance for you to embrace, give a hug. Remember, falls back into touch, establishing touch, pair bonding. And me personally, I don't go for a kiss on the first date, but if it's there, it's there. But don't try to go for it and you miss. It's kind of a bad taste on the first date. Remember, she's interviewing for the job, not the other way around. So I'll give her a hug. I'll probably a slight kiss on her cheek, not on the mouth. And I'll let her know. Text me when you get home so I know that you're safe. Catch you later. Thank you for watching, and if this video has provided you any type of value, please do me a favor and like, comment, and subscribe for the YouTube algorithm. You know that our type of content for advocating for men and men's health and men's well-being, it doesn't necessarily get promoted in YouTube, we get suppressed. So we need as much help as possible to like, comment, subscribe so they can be spread and help other men out with issues such as this. This is the first date. You got the number, now what, bro? So thank you for watching. Thank you to our channel sponsors, straighthoodie.com and igeekfresh.com for sponsoring this video. Amazing merch, very good merch. You can click the link down below to get down to their website and check those boys out. Thank you for watching. Till next video.